Hey, stick about if you want to find out what the deal is with the word karma, what it really means, and how it affects our lives. So, karma, the thoughts, the words, the actions, and the intentions that we put out, all of this has energetic frequency. So, for instance, if I am giving someone a compliment, and I say, that top is really nice, and my words and my energy and my intentions are pure, then that will be picked up as a positive thing by the other person, and the energy I'm putting out is genuinely positive. If I say to them, that top's nice, and I'm being sarcastic, or it's like a veiled kind of mocking behavior, that is actually going to be also picked up as being a negative intention, a negative energy. So what we say and how we say it can really make a difference to how it's perceived and the energy that it embodies. And it's this energy and frequency that is embodied that is the kind of the result of what happens with karma. So if a person, for instance, is always going through their life and they are looking at the worst in everything and they are kind of angry and bitter with so many people, that's a really low frequency energetically. And they're going to be actually attracting back to them things of that same frequency, because there is a universal law of cause and effect. That is basically what we put out, we get back, and that is karma. So another person who will be going through life giving random acts of kindness and nurturing people and looking out for people, being loyal and respectful, they're going to be receiving this higher vibrational energy back in kind, because again, what you put out, you get back. So tune in for a moment to your own life and your own thoughts and your words with others and the activities you do on a daily, regular basis. The people you hang out with the most, are they people you have uplifting, joyful, respectful, compassionate, loving, exciting conversations with? Are you talking about how to support each other, all the things you love about them? Are you talking about ways that you can heal and evolve and become successful together in whichever way that looks for you? Or do you find that the people you're hanging out with most are people who are always looking for the worst in everything and who actually enjoy mocking others, for instance, or who are jealous of people's success? This will have such a massive impact on not only how you feel about yourself and how you see the world, but it will affect the kind of karma you get back to you. It really depends on what you are putting out and your thoughts and your energy and your intention and actions that go with it. So really become mindful of, the activities you do daily, whether it's your job, it could be the things you do for hobbies. Maybe you're on social media a lot. So some people might look at social media for things that bring them joy. If I look at it, I might look at spiritual things or like cute animals and beautiful nature, and it's things that will uplift me and inspire me. But some other people will look at it and only be looking at things like what's happening in the news. And the news is never going to be positive. It's always negative, right? So fixating on the news and how terrible everything is in the world. And yes, there is a lot of terrible stuff in the world, but there's also so much beauty and joy and wonder and opportunity in the world as well. It just really depends on what we choose to focus on. And the things we're focusing on regularly, it's the energy we're cultivating, whether it's from the very darkest of a black hole to the lightest of the singularity of the Big Bang or anything in between. And whatever frequency that's on, then again, it's going to attract back to us in one way or another, things of the same frequency. And it could even be, if you resonate with past lives, it could even be from actions in a past life. So say, for instance, in a past life, you had a friend and both of you fancied the same person, and you got with the person and your friend was really sad and maybe even bitter, and that happened. Possibly in this life, you will meet that person again in their current incarnation with their same soul, new body, and it might be reversed. So maybe this time you and the friend will meet someone you both like and they will end up with the person, and you will know what it feels like to be at the end that they were at last time, because it's all about balance. And two analogies for this are like yin and yang and accountancy. So with yin and yang, it's a circle and it's made perfectly of two halves that are light and dark. And you can think of karma as being like the balance. For every light there is a dark, or whatever goes out comes in. And the same with accountancy, where you do bookkeeping and you have to put one thing goes out, and then to balance it, another thing goes in, so that it's like zero again, balanced. And it's the same with a bank balance. You put money in, you take money out. Or if you take money from the bank when you don't have it, you become in debt and you need to pay it back. And that's exactly the same with karma. If you're putting money into your karmic bank, which is positive, kind, nurturing, respectful intentions, emotions, thoughts about others, about yourself, words, actions, you will be receiving the same back in some way at some point. And if you're putting out negative things, then likewise that will come back to you. And this reminds me of a film with Jack Nicholson called 5 Easy Pieces. And in this film, he is sort of just bumbling his way through life. He doesn't really have any joy for anything, any passion. He has a girlfriend, he doesn't really treat her right. He has a job that he doesn't really want to do. He's just sort of really flatline energetically. And he meets another girl while he has a girlfriend, and he wants to get with this other girl because he doesn't care for the girlfriend. He cares for nothing. And this new girl, she says to him, if a person doesn't have love for themselves, for their job, their friends, their family, or their career, how can they expect anyone to give them love? And again, this is the same with karma. So, if you're putting out respect to others, you're going to get respect back. If you're putting out a lack of care and disregard for others, like they're just nothing, pieces of rubbish from yesterday, then you cannot be attracting back the frequency of solid, caring, loving connections, because, those people will not be able to reach you. It's all about the state of mind, the level of your energy you're in. So if we're feeling low a lot of the time, feeling down and sad, and always looking back to the past, we're going to be just seeing the sad and low things all around us, and we're not going to see the beauty, and we're not going to be aware of the beauty. But if we can start to, when we're literally looking down, feeling down is like looking down. Often if a person is feeling low a lot, they will be looking downwards. But if we're feeling joy, things start to literally look up. We start to look up more and see a wider perspective and see there's so much beauty in this world. So it'd be really interesting just to get in tune with the kind of regular thoughts and feelings that you have towards yourself and others. And if you find that maybe they're a little bit more lower sometimes, then wouldn't it be wonderful to start catching yourself when you do this? And then maybe have like, yin and yang again, have like a flip thought. So if you thought, okay, my day has been really terrible, then what about trying to challenge yourself with a flip thought? But, for instance, my day has been terrible, but I live in a safe home with people who understand me and who can give me a hug if I'm feeling sad. So I'm grateful for that. So talking about others, others will have their own willpower of what their own actions, thoughts, feelings, behaviours, words are to you themselves. And sometimes other people can be hurtful or say things that are not fair or not kind, etc. But we don't have to, we can choose not to let that affect us, not to let that hurt us, because just know that what other people put out is their own karma. We don't need to try to match what they've done. If they've done something a bit dark, we don't need to go down to their level, because otherwise we're going to be no better than the thing that we don't like them doing. So just know that their karma will find them in some way or another. And the way I see this generally and globally is like the scientific theory that everything is part of a hologram. And this kind of goes with the science of the singularity of the Big Bang. So with those two things, everything is connected as one. And I see this spiritually as well. So if we are a part of the singularity, a part of that whole hologram, then the whole hologram, the whole singularity collectively may feel our energy, our intentions, our words, our actions. So what we radiate out into that whole, the whole hologram, whole singularity that we're all a part of, again, will come back to us. And I'd love to find out if this has sparked anything in you in terms of your own life or other people around you. Drop a comment down below, give a little like or sub if you're enjoying this content, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Peace.